is my third day in Medellin. I ended up staying in Bogota for a week, longer than I had planned, and that was because I met amazing people and I loved the neighborhood, La Candelaria, that I was staying in, and it was just dope. I haven't been shooting nearly as much as I usually shoot when I'm traveling, and it's because I'm in South America, and I've been warned a few times about my camera, and also I don't feel a huge culture shock that I typically do when I'm in places like Cuba or Thailand or Japan. Colombia feels very similar to the States. So I'm not finding things that different or that interesting that I would when I'm in places where the culture is just completely different. I'm enjoying Colombia. It's beautiful. Medellin is much hotter than in Bogota. It's kind of similar to LA in the sense that it feels like gentrification, but I'm not quite sure because I don't know all the history of Medellin. Of course, a lot of you do know like the cartel and all that stuff, which is definitely very true. But it feels, I've been staying in the section of El Poblado, which is a very hipster, tourist type of area. But tomorrow I'm going to Guatape, which is about 2 hours away. I bought a bus ticket there, or a tour, 79,000 CUP, which is about 25 US dollars, which isn't bad. The ride there, breakfast, lunch, a couple other things, and I have to pay separate for the ascension to go up, which is fine, which is 18,000 CUP, which isn't that much. Medellin is more expensive than in Bogota. I'm paying double the price for a meal compared to when I'm in Bogota, but at the same time, hi, hola. At the same time, it just feels different. The food in Colombia is not that good. It's really not that good. There's nothing really have too much flavor. I'm sitting in Dharma vegan restaurant, which is in El Poblado, which I found, of course, quick Google search. The best food that I've eaten have been the local mom and pop shops that you find off the side of the road that actually have flavor. You go to most of these places, no flavor. I'm starting to conclude, because the same thing in LA, that wherever there's a bunch of Europeans deciding if something is good or not, it's most likely not going to be good. That's a fact. That is a true fact. There's no pepper. They have salt, but no pepper. I went to an establishment yesterday. I took myself out to lunch. I spent about 30,000 CUP on a meal, which was a place called Mondongo, which is also El Poblado. And it was a bunch of people in there. I'm like, man, this must be a place to eat, because tons of people, tons of tourists, and tons of locals. Nah. Still, not much flavor. I don't understand where's the lack. Same thing was in Cuba, but Cuba has a different excuse as far as the embargo situation, why they don't have access to certain things that Cubans do in the States. So with that being said, if you come into Colombia hoping for to be drowned in good food, no. Right now, I'm scared. I mean, I've eaten it, but I'm scared to continue to eat it. Some kind of vegetable that had other vegetables in it. But when I was camping in May in Humboldt, I thought there was an alien invasion going on, because there was these big ass slugs called banana slugs that I've never heard of or seen in my life. This looks like a banana slug, so I'm like, that whole thing. Other than that, my experience in Medellin is much different than Bogota. Bogota, excuse me, feels way more urban, a little bit more grit, a little bit more of a hastiness, which I don't mind, which I like. Medellin is much more safer. A lot less artwork. No cobblestone roads like they do in Bogota. And I've only been here a couple days, so I still have more time to go through things and see what makes sense. I am going to give myself a spa day here, which is, I'm going to book it for Friday or something. It's 270,000 CUP, which is about 86 US dollars for 4 hours or 3 hours. Facial, massage, food, you name it, body, all that for 86 US dollars, which you will never, ever get back at home or in the States. So I'm going to go for that. And then I was going to initially go straight to Barranquilla from here to meet Mel and Maria. But I really want to see Cartagena. So depending on how I feel in the next 2 days, I'll book a flight to Cartagena, stay there for 4 days, and then meet up with Mel and Maria on the 26th in Barranquilla. So that's the plan for now. It's weird to be somewhere where you're not photographing all the time. My camera has literally been in its bag for the past 4 days, which is unreal for me to be somewhere and not having my camera. But again, it has a lot to do with safety. It has a lot to do with me traveling alone. It has a lot to do with me being in an environment where things like having a huge DSLR, it's very, it grabs a lot of attention. So I need to be smart. It's not about me necessarily taking photos. It's about the experience and feeling like every day I'm waking up when I want. And I can go and treat myself to a great breakfast and a great lunch and spend a third of what I would pay in the States. I'm doing a ton of reading. I'm doing a ton of writing. I'm doing a ton of listening. And I'm just enjoying myself and giving myself the space that I need, that I do not get in the States. America is made for you to fail on a personal level. And I prefer to live a balanced life where I know who I am and I'm not running around LA feeling like I'm doing this and I'm doing that just to make money, just to pay bills, and still at the end of the day feel like something's missing. I don't feel like that when I'm traveling. I don't feel hindered. I live like a billionaire. People, work and look at me and say, oh my God, when I retire, I'm going to do exactly what you're doing. I'm 30 and I'm already living the retired life and still can choose what I want to do, where I want to go, different things like that. Another reason I stayed in Bogota so long was because I met the absolutely amazing Joan, who words honestly cannot describe how amazing he is, and the information and the feeling, the beauty, the art that I was able to experience by meeting him and spending time with him. And I was able to produce a small little film on him, which is so much more important for me now when I travel. It's not about me running around just photographing people on the streets and stuff like that. It's more so about me connecting and creating content and pieces that really showcase people who you're going to definitely see in the future. And that's where I want to go with the journalism. I want to be a journalist. I don't want to just be out here not telling stories. I can take pretty pictures anywhere, but again, the cultural shock isn't apparent to me. My father's Puerto Rican. A lot of the food is kind of similar. It doesn't look, it's different, but not to the degree where I feel like I have to be documenting every second, because it's really not that different. It's not. Maybe when I go to Cartagena, Barranquilla, maybe I'll feel the urge to photograph more. Definitely when I'm in Peru, I already know, because that is a huge cultural difference than what's happening here in Colombia. It's very Americanized here. The only thing is it's America in Spanish. So, with that being said, I'm done for the day. Thank you for sitting here, watching, listening. If you are following what is it I'm doing, I haven't been posting on Instagram. I actually been sneaking a social media hiatus, because I've discovered my brain does not agree with being kind of thrown all over the place from me being active on social media, if that makes sense. So I'm working that out. I got upcoming projects coming up. I'll be traveling most of the year. I'll be traveling to Jordan in September. When I come back to the States in April, I'll kind of be living out and about and around until my Putney student travel and Nat Geo student expedition work starts in June. So this year is really going to be full of me on the plane, traveling, and learning me, which is very, very important. I know too many people who are 30 beyond, 30 below, 50, who don't know who they are, who don't spend time with themselves, like understanding your psychology, what fucks with you and what doesn't. That's more important than me trying to make it in LA, if you understand what I mean. Another crazy part about that is, I love LA. LA is great, but who you doing it for? Some people really are in LA doing what is so necessary for the universe, and so many people are not. So many people are too concerned about what other people think about them. Where's it going? I'd rather be known by 10 beautiful humans that live in different countries around the world than to try to impress 2,000, 3,000 people living in LA who don't know what the fuck they want out of life. That's where I'm at. And yeah, bye. Thank you.